me. Nick, you there?
I'm here.
Perfect. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is a Tuesday, and we are broadcasting from our Los Osos office in San Luis Obispo County today. For anyone that's new or just joining us for the first time, I'm Haley, and today we are going to be talking with Nick about managing multiple FileMaker files with a totally new technique. So, Nick, take us away.
Yes. Welcome everybody. Thank you for having me today with you on this broadcast. So yeah, it's let's say it's a today it's a day where I'm going to bring you to the next level. So yesterday we talked about cast-iron window, and we demonstrated what the cast-iron window what they are, okay, how they work, and I started to lay down kind of some ways to use the cast-iron windows. So today we are going to explore a little bit what the cast-iron window actually lets you do. It gives you the possibility to do some things that you couldn't do before. Before we had this, we have the possibility to create windows, opening windows and stuff like that, but visually they weren't at all doing the same. They were rendering the display the same way that cast-iron window is doing. So the cast-iron window, when you open a window, so we talked yesterday that the window was a picture-in-picture kind of style window. Like, you had a window on your screen, and then you were opening a window that was part of the kind of the screen here. Yesterday I was talking about the analogy of watching a TV show and on the TV, right? And watching on the bottom, like a PNP small piece of small image on the bottom. That was the result of the football, right? The football game. So you can have a PNP like that. So that's what the window is doing. The cast-iron window is doing is showing kind of a PNP kind of stuff. And the advantage that I laid down yesterday about the cast-iron window is that the windows are not tied to a context. I mean, they are tied of a context, but you don't have to have a link between two contexts. That means you can have a context on the main window, and then you have the cast-iron window showing a complete different context without any relationship. Okay. Despite the popovers or all the technique that we have to display data like that, the cast-iron window opens in a total new kind of in a new context, right? So let me show you that. Let's explore that a little bit more. So so here I have the two configurations. So yesterday we talk about windows, opening windows in the same file. The same file, the different contexts, different tables, but with within the same file, right? So I want to refresh your mind on this. Like, I could open remember I said, okay, I have a popover with data here, right? And see, I have a related data within a related data within a popover like this, or so that requires a relationship, right? And you have the same using a cast style. Here you don't need any relationship, and you have the same results, right? So you show the same data, but you go directly into the context here. You have one context here, another one here. Here you have one context with a relationship to that context. So that's what I demonstrated yesterday. Today we are going a little bit further, and I'm going to show you what we can do. But before, I need to refresh your mind about how working with two files work. Okay, how you deal with two files. So here I have two files here. I have one file here in California, and I have another file somewhere in Canada. Okay, So as you can see here, sorry, my screen is kind of small because of the resolution. Okay, so I have the Canada here and I have the California, two different files located in two different places, okay, and two different countries actually. So and you can so now I want to show you something that maybe you didn't know, and and that good for beginners and intermediate users, that you're going to learn something that maybe you didn't know you can do, and that's important. So let's say let's show that as a form, okay? And let's create one record, okay? And blue and whatever. So I have one record here, and I'm here in California, right? And from California, I want that window that is in Canada. You know, see both files are open on the same computer, okay? But one is shared from Canada, one is shared from California. But they don't have any tie together. They're complete two different entities. But I want something from here, from that file open from that file. I want something to happen on that file, okay? So to do this, for example, like I want this window here to move when I click from here. You know, I click here and I want that window to move. Okay, so how do that? So you click here this button and see the window move. Let's do again. The window move. Let's do it again. The windows move. So to get something from one file to happen on another file, here how you do. The action must happen on the other side. That means, imagine California pick up his phone, okay, call Canada and say, hey, Canada, can you move the window by 30 pixels? Yes, okay, I move it, clap. So this is what happened. From here, I'm asking Canada to do the job, but I'm not doing the job directly from California. Let's explain. Here, when I click on this, I have in California, I have a script that said move window. And what the script move window do here, it calls scripts from the file in Canada to move the window. So in Canada here, I have a script move window that actually moves the window, okay? And that script here is launched from California, but the move window is not in California. The action is in Canada. California just called the script in Canada to say move the window, okay? If you try to do that to move the window from California it's impossible because it's two different files, okay? That moving of window. So let's go further a little bit. So far everybody understands that I have two files, and I made the file to be on the other server on another country, but they could be on the same server. You know what I mean? It's not the same. Two files on the same server, or one file in one server, the other file in the other one. This is the same. But at the end of this broadcast, you will understand why I did that. Is because it opens new possibilities. Obviously for performance issue, let's say you have two servers. You have one, let's say you have your production file on the one server, and you have all your photos, all your documents on another server, right? Because both are heavy to manage, right? And tomorrow I'm going to show you something like that, where you have heavy usage of photos, and to relieve one server from the burden to carry all the photos, we use another server for that, okay? So I'm going to show you that tomorrow. So let's say now I want to show and hide the Canada window. See, show and hide. I want to hide the window in Canada, and now I want to show it. Hide, show, right? So that's the same principle. I have here a script in California that call a script in Canada to hide and move the window for me. Okay, so the file here, so the what's the name? The script is executed in that file located in Canada, not at all. So you call the script from, it's like a remote control. It's a remote control that calls the script, one script calling another one from one file to another. Okay, so that is important. So now I want to show you how you send data from one file to another. Let's say I have and that I know many of you tried to do that and couldn't make it. Let's say I want to create a variable in Canada. I want to send data in Canada and create a variable in Canada from that file. That means in this file, I want to transfer data from that file to that file, right? And without relationship, without anything, okay? So I'm doing this. I'm setting the variable. I'm clicking this button here, set variable. And now you can see here, I'm in the California file, and there's no variable here, right? And then when we go to Canada, you see here you have a variable: name, last name, first name. Okay, so you have free global, and I'm showing you here. So see, because variable are tied to the file that is active. You see, this file active. When this file active, the variable disappears because those variables belongs to the Canada file, and here California has no variables. Okay, so technically you cannot create a variable in another file, but I'm demonstrating that it's possible using exactly the same technique. From California, I have a script that says set variable, okay, set variable, that performs a script that is located on another file, okay. So I perform a script located in Canada here. I'm performing that script here, and that script actually is doing the set variable, okay, set variable, set variable. That script is doing it. So here I'm just sending the information with the parameters. So when you perform a script, you have the possibility to send parameters to the other script. So those information here, the first name and the last name, are now transferred to the other file as parameters. So when you perform this script, those information in the script parameters, in the parameter here, those information are available now over there on the other script. So here, when you execute this script here, I'm saying, okay, I want the first value of the parameters, and I want the second value of the second parameter. So the parameters here, when you perform the script here, let's perform the script with a debugger. When you click here, what happened here, you see you do this, it performs a script in Canada, and if you look the script parameters, here what happened, when you go there and you say, okay, show me what is the script parameters, you have this, you have two values. So you said, okay, the first name is get value 1, okay, oops, sorry, get value of the script parameter, you want the first value, and the last name is the second value. See, you pick up the value you want. So you send multiple values from the script parameters, and then, you know, the receiving scripts, the executing script is now getting the data that you send with the first script that initiate the call, right? This script here. So do we have question? Did Nick already show manage external database source? I think he means that. Yeah. So I'm going to show you that, Mookie. So the question here on Discord is the managed external data source. Okay. So in order to do that, maybe I skipped it. You're right, I skipped it. So in order to be able to execute a script from one file to another, you need to link both files as external data sources, okay? So it's very simple to do. You go to the Manage External Data Source here from the California file. From the main file, you want to get connect to the target file, okay? That's the target one, that's the main one. This is where you have all the buttons and stuff like that, right? This is just the receiver. This is the main file. So the main file, from the main file, you open a data source here, and it's very easy. What you put the what's the name? You put the address of the server and the name of the file. Okay, so you put the address of the server and the name of the file. So then now those two files are connected. So now let me show you how you do perform a script from one file to another. Let's create a new script, brand new script. Okay, new script. From that script located in California, I want to execute a script that is located in Canada. So what I'm doing here, I say, okay, that script, what they do, perform a script. Okay, and perform a script. And here you have a list of scripts. And here you have a menu here. So you see what happened here. You say, okay, which file you want to use? You want the current file or you want the Canada file? The Canada file is the file you linked with the external data sources. So you can see here, if I'm selecting Canada here, I have a completely different set of scripts because I am no longer in California. Here I'm California, here I'm Canada. So you have access to scripts from one file to another if you linked this, if that linked together. Okay, that's what you need to do. So let's say now yeah. So do we have a question? Yeah, we have a question. You can do JSON in parameters. Yeah. Okay. Yes. You can use JSON in parameters, but let's face it. When you have very limited number of, when you have predictable data in the. So what the question of Moki is, you can send parameters. You know, when you sorry, I'm in the wrong file. When you send parameters here, when you go to the, let's sorry, my screen is very small. So here you click here and you say, okay, I'm sending a list of parameters. Okay. So again, what list is doing this. Okay. Is doing this. When you do this, you return two different values separated with a. You can add more. You can say hello, and you can say what's up, and etc. Right? And you can add the city. There's no city, but you can add the phone number, and you can add the modified by, and you can add so. You can add as many as you want in the list, and then FileMaker will present that with carriage returns. It is exactly as doing this, and you will understand why I'm using that technique instead of doing this. If you do this, that's the same thing. Do this, you do this, you do this, and you do this, and you do this. That's the same result. But you understand now that saying list and blah, 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 blah is much better than doing this and this, this and this, this and this, right? It's not comfortable doing this, right? And most of the time, what I'm doing here, instead of doing this, I'm presenting, when I have a list like that is a little bit complicated, that is long, I'm doing this. I have list, and I'm saying this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and at the end, I'm doing this. So you can see here, you have your list, and you say, okay, I want first, last, hello, what's up, the phone, and modify by. Okay, so it's kind of cool, and you can put lists within lists and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. Now, what Moki said is that you can use the the JSON kind of set element JSON. So you put the name of what it is, and you do what the type, and so it's kind of a little bit more complicated. When my parameters are predictable, let's say I know the value, the third value is the phone number, and the first value is the first name, and the second value is the last name. I'm using the list, and because it's predictable. Now, if it's not predictable, or if you want to cherry pick something very precisely, you use JSON. Yeah, definitely. Do we have any question, Haley, from other people on YouTube and?
Not on YouTube or Twitch, but TK did ask a question, and I don't know, maybe you answered this already, but he said, are parameter values only limited to strings?
Parameters value only limited to strings? Yes. So yeah, what we call strings is text, data. You cannot send as parameter what's the name? Pictures, or only data, only what we call data, text data, strings. Yeah, something you type. Cannot be. Could be a code, could be whatever, anything that text. To be clear, anything that text. Now you can transform a photo in text and then get it back. You know what I mean? You can encode a photo, and then that is a bunch of text, and then you can do that, right? Base 64 exactly. So, but we are changing topic completely here. So no question about the moving the photo, so sending, performing a script from one file to another.
Nope.
Okay. So so far so good. Something that people are encountering a lot is this, and that's what I want to cover this. But that works for two files, local, two files together, or two files like this in two different servers, whatever, When you have two files, most of the time you have this problem. Let's say, see this record here is it's open, the record. So the record open. That means if from another place, is from another window, another file, I want to access that record while the record is open. You get, the record is busy in another window, okay? This is something that we encounter all the time, okay? So especially when you have two files. Sometimes one file is open and the other file, and then you launch a script and you want to do something, is updating things and stuff like that, and you have what's the name? And you have a message saying, okay, the record is busy, okay? So to prevent that, there's a technique here. The same technique to move, to hide, to send variable. You can commit a record in another file. So you can commit a record in another file like this, okay? See the file here. This file here is open, right? Mm-hmm. This record is open. See, this is closed. This is open. It's busy. It's open. Now, and it's not because you leave the window that will change. Even if you change the window, you can see this record here is still open, even though the window is not the window in front is the window that is active, right?
Right.
So how do you commit this? You click here, commit. So from one file, I committed the record here. See, I'm in California. I'm on the file California. That's the file, another file, and I'm saying commit. Okay. So what I'm doing, the same principle. It's a remote control that commit the record. So it's a script in the file California, right? That perform a script in the other file, and the action of actually committing is in that file. See, commit the request. It's here, right? So now that you know that, okay, now that you know how to remote control a file from one file to another, okay? So because you can do pretty much everything you want. You can here from that file launch a process on the other file that do a bunch of stuff and then come back. So that's why I love that technique, because you can use multiple servers. Let's say you have a heavy stuff. You have a lot of things. You have a big what's the name? Processes,
Yeah.
and you want the script, the server to be relieved from that burden. You can use another server, launch the process, and get back the result with parameters. It's a new way. It's a Stargate to another world. And you will see how it works with the CASTAR window now lets you not only launch processes, but actually now CASTAR window give you the possibility to interact with other file without leaving the current file you are. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate that. So open a lock. Yes.
Real quick, before you get into that.
Yes.
Andre from Switzerland had a question about the committing the record, which I actually want to know the answer to as well. But he's just saying, is there a way to perform a script on another session of FileMaker using the same database? For example, make a user exit from a record because he locks it. I know that happens to me a lot, where if I'm on my work computer versus my home computer and I have the same window open and I lock myself out of a record, would I be able to do something like that to commit?
No, it's not possible. Fortunately, it's not. Fortunately, it's not possible. Otherwise, is the can of worm. Like if FileMaker allows that, it's a can of worm. Okay. No, it's not possible to launch a script that will be executed in a given session. Let's say Haley, you open the file, opening a session on the file on the server, and now you are interacting with this file within that session. I cannot hijack your session and tell your session to terminate itself or commit a record or do whatever launch script and stuff on your behalf. You know what I mean? It's not possible. It's not possible. And there's no way you can do that. No way. You can hijack a session from somebody. Okay. The only thing you can do, and that's what I'm doing. When that happened, and I am in a multiple, multi-environment like that, I'm required as a developer. I'm requiring, share screen granted. So I can access the screen of people and then close or do whatever I want, because I know what the problem is. People are leaving their session open all night, and then as a developer, you're locked. So you have no other choice than go to the server and quit, and kill the session, right?
Yeah.
But you cannot remote desktop or whatever. That David Angel said that. Yeah, you can do that, but you can do a timer on script layout. Yeah, there's multiple hacks that you can do that. Get people to leave alone. but also you can terminate you can disconnect user after 10 minutes of idle, that you
Yeah.
can do. It's that's what I'm doing too. When that happened too much, I'm going to security and I'm say, okay, hey, you know what, disconnect those guys. You know, let's say I have a new, and I say, okay, disconnect user from server when idle, and the server, and you put the disconnection time, the server will decide this. Okay.
Okay.
So you can use this, and you put your server like, let's say 60 minutes or 30 minutes, like 1 hour or half an hour of idle, clack, get out. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that's something I'm doing, but otherwise I'm killing the guy. Or if at 2 a.m. I want to work on something and I have this problem, that means the guy left open the session, and I'm going to the server and I'm killing everybody, and that's it.
Yep.
So, okay, metaphorically, not killing real.
Yes. I
No, I
understand.
mean, okay, let's move on. Okay. So no new question, nothing. So that means I'm so good.
Yep.
But so far it's basic fundamentals about this, and I think this remote, performing a script from one file to another, that is cool. Because to be honest with you, why I'm talking about that? If you asked me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I would have said this is insane. Multiple files, multiple files and stuff like that. I say, oh, no. I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to do that. I don't want to use multiple files, right? I was avoiding multiple files, and I was hating when I was entering or opening a file with the separation model. The separation model, when you have one file for the UI, another file for the data. And so you permanently open, close, open, close. So at the end of this, I'm going to show you that CarStar window can completely change your way, the way you work on multiple files, right? Okay. So, but now, okay. So what I was saying is, because of CarStar window, now I am using multiple files much more often that I wasn't before because of the CarStar windows. That tells you how drastic the change from CarStar window is. Okay, so now here in Canada. When I say in Canada, I mean the file that is located in Canada and are open here. I'm not saying that the file is open in Canada. I'm saying both files are open in my computer, okay, here, but one is located in Canada, the other one is located in California. Just when I say open in Canada, that's what I mean. I don't mean the session is open in Canada. No, the session is open on my computer that I have two sessions here. One session for this guy, one session for this guy, but they're two different entities, okay? So as you can see here, I have 0 records, right? And from this file in Canada, I want to create records here, okay? So here what I'm saying, and here in the relationship, I have absolutely no relationship with Canada. If I had a relationship with Canada, this is how it looked like, It's italic here, it's in italic, but I don't have a relationship with Canada, I don't. There's no relationship whatsoever. Just the connection with the external data source, which is not a relationship connection. It's just a file connection, file to file, peer to peer. It's not a relationship. So now I'm creating record. I say, okay, let's create 10 records in Canada. I want to create 10 records. I click in California, the file that is located in California, and I say, okay, create 10 records on the other file. Creating 10 records, and you see the records created on the back. Okay, got it? So so now I redo it again. So here are my 10 records, right? So let's delete all and do it again. I am in California. I'm in the file California. and I'm asking to create 10 records in the other file, but physically, I never left California. This window here never be on the foreground. It's always be in the background. So now let's do that again. Let's do that again, okay? And let's completely hide this file, okay? I'm hiding the file. The file is not there anymore, okay? It's hidden. The file is here, hidden, okay? And I'm create records. I say, okay, I want to create 10 records. And I'm creating my 10 records. And as you can see, no window popped up. And you know, I didn't even see the other file. Where's the other file? I didn't see it. It didn't pop up. I didn't try, like I said, yesterday, try with quotes, try to hide the window. No. The window is really hidden. The window is hidden real, is hide window, you know. The window is there and it's hidden, hard hidden, okay? It's not like this. I talked, we talked yesterday about this, trying to hide the window by doing this, moving to another place, okay? That's what you do actually. When you open a new window, -5,000, you put the window, bam, outside, but it's still there. Here the window is hidden. Okay, so just apartes kind of thing. So I created my records. So how the hell I can create in another file, I can create records, right? Mm-hmm. When I have no relationship, right? And it doesn't even try to go to the other file. Oh yeah, you think it didn't go to the other file, but yes, it did actually. It did show the other file. When you click on create record and you say, okay, I want to create 10 records. That CalStar window you see here is located in Canada. Oh. This window here is open from the other file over there. So let me explain. This create end record here, okay? This script, create records. Okay. I'm showing a dialog saying, okay, how many records do you want to create? And then I said, okay, I want to create 10, 5, you know. And then I perform a script in the Canada file, okay? So let's go there. I perform a script here, create records, that actually do the job of creating records. But you can see here, I say, okay, set the variable. I want to know the record numbers. You know, how many records? So that from, you know, you remember what I just showed you. You know, you transfer data with the parameters. So with the parameter, I transfer that I want 10 records or 5 records or 2 records, right? I transfer the number of records. Okay. Then I open a new window, which is a CalStar window. It's a card showing that layout, creating 10 records. Okay. Mm-hmm. Remember, the CalStar window was displaying this, and I can change it, you know, for you and say, okay, and I say, okay, let's do this. Actually, let's do something more fun. Emojis. Okay. And okay, UP. Okay, my Canada flag. Okay. And so oops, no. Okay, so this is Canada. Okay. Right. So now I can show you when I do this. So this, I'm in a Canada file, right? This is inside the Canada file. And if I click here, look what happened. I click here, I say I want 5 records, for example. Bam, I have the flag. So that means that window actually is popping in California, but the layout that is showing, it shows the layout that is in the other file. So why is it so important? Okay, let me show you something else now. Okay, something that is very important. Let's say in the Canada file here, let's do that. Let's stop this. Okay, let's new window and that's it. Okay, so I'm here. I create records and say, okay, one record, and I open. So, and I open the window. So that window here, okay, that window is in Canada, and I can prove it. Now that this window is open, if I'm going from that window, with that window open, if I go to manage database, I end up in Canada. When I close this window, oh, I don't have the close. When I close this window, I go to manage database, I'm in California. I do it again. I open this window. I go to manage database. I am in Canada. If I go to scripts, I show the script in Canada. That means until this window that is located, this window is actually a Stargate to the other world. I am in California and I can see and access. That's why I'm calling that a Stargate, because not only I'm showing data from the other world, but I am in the other world. I'm there, okay? It's not just a projection of image. I'm there. I can access manage database. I can go to script workspace. I have access to the viewer that is inside this file, Canada file. If I close this window, as soon as I close it, I'm back to California. And, and this is in California. When I have this window open here, I am in Canada. You can see all those came back. So for all the people outside that are managing multiple files with, the separation model and stuff like that, can you imagine the time saving for you guys? That means you can create the layouts, a Stargate to you, not to your other file, and access the managed database without moving, without doing all the crazy thing. Window, select the window in the list, go to this, close, go back, select this, and go there. No, you can have let's say custodial buttons on top here. Open Canada, open this, open that. You open whatever you want, right? And then you have access without leaving the place, without leaving where you are. You have directly access to the. That's why I call that a Stargate to the other world, because actually you open a crack in a time continuum, and you see another dimension, because you go through that window. And that's why it's so important. But the secret here is that you don't try to open the window from that California file. If you go there, it's a new window. There's no way you can do a new window with the layout that is on the other side. You are in California, and from California, you ask. So let me show you. Let's do it. I want to open that window, okay, from that file, okay. First, I'm going to Canada. I say, okay, new script, okay, open window. That's a new script. What the script do? new window, Val, I want this. Okay, that's it. That's what I want. New window with with the layout. Okay. So now I close this. I'm going to California. I close this, and I say from California, new script, open window in Canada. Okay, and I say perform script. Sorry. Here, I don't want, it's not from the current file, but it's from the Canada file. And I said, okay, I want the open window scripts. Okay? So now I create a button here, anywhere, open, okay, Canada. And I perform the script that I just created here. Here, see, open window in Canada. So when I do that, I perform that the script that is inside this file here, and I say, okay, I want to perform that here. So now here what happened. I click here, I open the window. So the window is open in the California file, right? But I'm showing Canada. That's it, right? So in fact is what the thing's doing here, when you're here and you say, if I change this and I say, okay, new window, like a regular document, okay, is doing this exactly the same thing. So you click here, he opens a new window, which is here, right? Is open a new window, but instead to be a new window that is separated, it's common to this one, is inside the California window. So you don't have a visual disconnection with a new window. When you have a new window, okay, so when you have a new window, you have a visual disconnection, and you have the possibility of a user to just push the window on the side and forget the window is there. Okay, so it's like when you print, for example, you know, yeah, FileMaker has this print, but if I print this, do I have a print here? No. Who has a print? Yeah. So, for example, here.
Whatever you're showing right now is not on screen.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Just
So,
want to make sure.
so I was grocery shopping for bread and stuff like that. Okay, so I was grocery shopping and I want to print this. So when you print, see the window, that's a cast window. Okay, you have the effect sliding up, sliding down. Oh, by the way, you have the effect up, down, left, right, and stuff like that. You have them on FileMaker Go on iOS device. Okay, but this is a window. It's a cast window, pure and simple. Why? It's a window within the window. FileMaker doesn't use the cast window to print. It opened a dialog window. Okay, see the difference? But it's still the same thing. So this is a cast window. It's attached to this. You know what I mean?
Yep, I see.
I can't disconnect this one. Here, yeah, I can do that. And when that happened, you don't even know why I can't do that. Why I cannot click here. What happened? Oh, you have the print window on my other screen over there, right? So and then you have to know that you have to bring that here, yep. Right? To prevent that problem, to prevent that disconnection, visual disconnection, you know, they came with this cast window that Apple called that a drawer. Okay, so Apple called that a drawer window. Okay, they call that drawer window since Puma, since macOS 10. They introduced that cast window in macOS 10, and then all the other operating systems they followed. They call that drawer window because they slide up and down like a drawer. Okay, and that is since the origin of macOS 10. But FileMaker called that cast window. Okay, they could have called that drawer window, but that implied that they need to implement the sliding effect that they didn't do because it's challenging for them. So you got the point here. So now you know the benefits of doing something like that, right? So do we have any questions here?
Yeah, so I'm going to go back a little ways. We only have about 5 or so minutes left. We can go a little over, but Moki was saying that, where to go? I know.
Oh, Moki. So I cannot have access to Moki here. Nick is breaking his rule from yesterday. Never render a table layout. Okay, now.
Okay, so
for the demo,
yeah. Just giving you a hard time there.
Yeah, I know.
But Moki said, is there a performance hit between accessing a local TO versus an external file TO?
Yeah, there is a difference. Because so is that the only question we have, or Ellie, or
no? Moki's asking like a few questions in here. But so the other one is just, isn't that why people started jamming all the tables into a single file and doing anchor buoying instead of the separation model?
So you can use multiple file now, and I'm using personally multiple file much more often than before, because actually now it's cool to use multiple file when it was painful before. Okay, let's face it. Why? Because look this. I want to show you something. I'm creating a new record. Okay, Nick under phone blah, email blah. Okay. Oops. What I did. Close the file. I did something here. Show window. Oh, they all see. I don't know what happened. Why is all grayed out? I don't know. I can't even quit. I don't know what happened here. So, oh, see. Okay, good. Good thing. You have that's this. See, it was on the other side of my screen over there, right? Yep. You see the disconnection? When you have a disconnection, you don't know what happened. It's grayed out. I didn't know because I have plenty of stuff on my other screen, and I didn't know that a dialog popped on the other screen, right? Right. So that's why the cast window is great, because you don't have the visual disconnection that I was telling you. So, so I have this guy here, Nick Hunter. Okay. So I'm creating. Let's say I want to create 10 records here. Okay, I'm creating 10 records. Okay. Don't know why it's so long.
Didn't you turn off on the script? You turned off the rest of the script so that it would.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I was watching.
Thank you. Oh, at least somebody is listening to me.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you.
I'm glad I caught that part.
Yeah, you're actually listening to me.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I appreciate. Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah. So this script here, let's open this, save. Okay, so let's close this window here. Okay, so I create 10 records for this guy. Okay, create records.
If it doesn't work this time, okay.
So no, it's because the server over there is a slow server. Yeah. It's a friend of mine. I'm using her server. So I'm using her server over there. Is in another country. Is it's a Mac Mini on the side of the on the corner of the desk. It's a slow machine, underpowered. No RAM, no disk, nothing. And I'm testing all my stuff. When I have a performance issue, that means something challenging, I want to, if it works well on that computer, that means it will work everywhere well. Okay, so I'm using that as a proof of concept testing kind of thing. So now, see, I have those Nick Hunter here, and if I go to the other file over there, you see here. You see this here, the primary key here? if I look for the foreign key here, I have the 10 records. So now this is in Canada, this is in California, and they are linked together. They're linked together. Let's say I'm putting color here, okay? I'm putting green, I'm putting blue, I'm putting, red, I'm putting, yellow. Okay. So so now if I want to show the related records from the related record from Nick Hunter that are in Canada, I can show them. They're here. The 10 records from, see? And I can edit them. If I edit them here, right? Mm-hmm. I'm editing them directly over there because I am through the Stargate, remember?
Yep.
If I go manage database, I am in Canada. This is in Canada. I can even, you know what I mean? I can sort, I can by color, right?
Yep.
I can delete a record. See? So I'm using record to delete the record. So it's not like a portal. A portal, to delete a record, you need a button and you need a relationship and you need a script and something. So here you have access to this. Delete found records, and you can even find, okay, you want to find blue, does the blue. That's it, you have one blue, right? So it's, so here I am showing the data directly in the table. I am in the table, right quick. Let's say here I'm in California, okay? I have access to the table California, right? When I click here and I say, oh yeah, I know, I need to do something I need to do something here on the table. I need a new table. So you can just, you know what I mean? So you can access the database, the managed database, the schema directly from here, and you can even change the script. Let's say, oh yeah, you have a script here on this layout, you have a button, and you have a problem, right? Mm-hmm. You have a problem with for example, yeah, see here, I'm here in California. I don't have the value list color. The value list color is in Canada. Yep. So I want to show the record here and say, oh, okay, yeah, I want to manage the value list from here. I am in Canada here. I can go value lists. I have my colors, and I can add my color. Magenta. Yeah. I'm adding the color. So now I have magenta. It's here. Right?
Nice. Yeah.
So it's a new way to it's completely different. And now you can even edit the record. Let's say I want to edit the record that is linked to over there. See? I can edit the record. I'm here. This record here, I'm editing the record that is over there. So, and I can display whatever I want in the car. Here, this here is in the Canada file. It's not in Florida file, in a California file. So it's, oh, by the way, before we go, we can even delete record from here. Okay, you know what? I want to delete those records. And I say, okay, see, permanently delete, delete all. So you said delete all, bam. And then if you go over there, now, if you click show related record, nothing happened because there's nothing to show, right? Because I deleted all. Now, if I recreate the record, let's say I'm creating 6 records, okay? Creating 6 records. So when I want to delete record, here what happens. I perform a script, that perform a script over there. Mm-hmm. I'm doing a bunch of things and say, okay, search for this, new window. So, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, I cannot do that because it opens the window on the other side. Let me close this. Yeah. So when you debug, is doing is going to the other window. But pretty much what I'm doing here, when I say I delete, I search for the records. So I found the records, the 6 records from Nick Hunter. I found them. Here, this is in Canada. And this action here, delete all, happened over there. So I'm not deleting from here. I'm deleting from over there. So it's easy. I'm deleting the records, I'm deleting the real records. I'm not deleting kind of through a relationship. So now I want to prove you that I'm right. I want to prove you that when I create a record here, when I create records here, 10 records to Nick Hunter, I want to show you that they are linked. If I want to link them with a relationship, I can. So they are here. They are there, and I can say, okay, blue, green, red, and yellow, whatever. So I put colors here, and see, to show you that it's true, right? So now, as I told you, so far, all what I've done here, create new record, show related record, and delete records, all of this, or edit record, all of this has happened without one single relationship between two files, right? When I say relationship is TOC. Now, I want to create one to show you that they are connected. So I create here, I'm going to the file Canada, because this is how you do. When you want to establish a relationship from one file to another, okay, you go here, you create a new relationship. It's like for script. The source is not the current file, it's the Canada file. And then you have this. So I want that table, Canada. And now I want my primary key to match the foreign key over there, okay? So far, so good, very easy, okay? So now I have my relationship. That wasn't there before. Now I have one, and here what I can do. I say, okay, you know what? Show me all the records from that guy in a portal. So I put a portal here, right? I say from Canada, and I want the record number and the color. And look what happened. They're here. So they are related. So see, for example, if let me do this. Let me put her scrolling. Okay. So see, I have those records. Let's say I want to create more records. Okay. I create more records from here, right? I want 5 more. So I create records here. Now you will see that I have 5 more records here. They're here. Okay, I don't have colors, but I put the color here. I can do that. Or I can show, so this is through a relationship. This is through a relationship. This is directly into the table. This is from a relationship. This is from the table. So what the advantage of showing directly from the table? Let's it's obvious, that to answer the question of Moki. Why doing this? It's way faster to display from the table directly than doing from a relationship. And you have much more. Here, for example, if I want to create a record, how I'm doing it. Okay. Here, so, you need to go there, say, I want to create a relationship, I want to create a record, here, and now I can create a record here. Okay. Instead of here, if I want to create a record, I'm going to record, new record. That's it. That's what I'm doing. All right. So it's way faster to do that instead of using the portal here, right? To directly, right? So that's a big difference. And you can call, for example, let's say I'm showing something else. I'm in Canada, and then do we have any questions here?
No questions, just a couple of comments. It's just Moki.
This is actually going back to way old school file to file relationship. Yes, Moki said this is actually going back to way old school file to file relationship. Yes, it's true. I'm not saying that you need to abandon relationship and use that no. This is not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that a relationship is obsolete and you need to forget a relationship. No, this is to prove you that it's a concept that when you want to display data from another file, you don't need a relationship for that. Okay, now you can that could be from another file, could be from another table within the same file. Let's say you have 2 tables and you want to do action between those 2 tables, and You don't need to use a portal. It's to avoid the usage of portal, because portal is great, but for that kind of interaction, it's not great. It's not. I've just demonstrated it to you. No dynamic sort. You cannot do that on portal. You cannot say, hey, you know what? I want to sort by record number. Okay, so that's by record number. Oh, by the way, no, I want to sort by color. How you do that on the portal? You can't. Okay, I mean, you can, but it's not as easy doing this. So tomorrow I'm going to show you many multiple application of this, right? So it's this is actually, yeah. So performance is the same between local table Cartesian and external file table. No, it's not. The question was, performance is the same between local table Cartesian and external file table. I don't think I understand the question here. But anyway, I'm not saying, what I'm saying is not forget the relationship, and no, it wasn't, the purpose wasn't there. I mean, this technique here, this new CASTAR window technique is, if you can see the advantage of it, okay, what you just saw is game changer. If you can't see the advantage, not a big deal. Okay, it's not a big deal. That means you don't really need it. Okay, so but for when you have when you deal with a lot of data, and when you want to create awesome kind of interaction UI and stuff like UI UX interaction with your customers, you want to implement something great for your users, right? So it's great to have it's great to start using that technique, because tomorrow I'm going to show you a little bit of this, but next week it will be all about it. That's why I wanted to do that course, that broadcast before, because next week we have a week of UI UX technique. Okay, so, and the CASTAR window is the guest star. Okay, so that's why if you don't understand the CASTAR window, you will pretty much understand that you are limiting yourself a lot. Okay, so that's why it's not, don't focus too much on speed and yes, it's faster, yes, it's easier, because you are locally in the table, so it's obviously faster. It cannot be, a portal cannot be faster than being in the table. Not possible. And you have more accessibility, and you can access to the schema directly, like I show you, access to the script manager workspace directly, make changes instantly, separated the data on two files, make relieving a server from doing big job, and maybe you can set up another server for doing that job for you and then send back the information. You can invent your own usage of this, okay? But I'm using CASTAR window. Scott can, Scott Kane is here. He can be a witness here. If we remove CASTAR window from his solution, the entire solution collapsed completely. I mean, you go back to the 90s in terms of UI, right? You're limiting yourself because you can't use that new Stargate, okay? That could be for, you can show another layout, another context. So it's actually is extremely great to have this kind of interaction with the CASTAR window. Tomorrow I'm going to show you that. Yeah, so Scott said, I can attest that, I love CASTAR and my employee love them too. Yeah, because, and actually, yesterday as I showed you, you can use the CASTAR to not only you open the card and you are in the context, so you can open a new window without hiding it, do whatever you want to do, like you have a process, a loop or whatever, right? and in the same time you display it to your user, hey, I'm doing this. Oh, by the way, I'm creating this, I'm deleting that, generating this, generating that. So you see, you have a kind of different. I come from graphic design, pre-pressed background, and so I love the added styling abilities. Yeah, Moki. So yeah, it's the car style. It was a missing link that FileMaker needed from a long period of time. When you start using that, trust me, you won't stop using this. You will use that all the time for everything. For everything. Do we have any question, Haley, here?
No, there's no more questions on YouTube or on Twitch.
Okay. So last thing I want to show you, because you need to know that before we go. So now that I have, see here, I have the portal here. Okay, I established the relationship. Now I have a relationship, classic relationship. So how I can, use a classic kind of go to related records. Okay, go to the related records from that file, showing that here in a list in a car style window. Okay, without creating a script in Canada. Let's say I have a file over there in Canada. I don't want to create a script over there. But now that I have a relationship, now that I have a physical, now that I have a logical, because, okay, if you want to separate the data source here to the relationship here, how you can think of it. External data source, this is a physical. It's a physical connection, physical, okay? Here, a relationship, it's a logical connection. That use the physical connection to go over there. It's like, okay, I have a phone line, I have a landline, I have a cable between my house and another house. So I have a cable. Okay. So now we can, discuss over the phone, or we can, send data, send email, because I have the relationship between two. So this is a logical connection. The other side, the external data source, is a physical connection. So now that I have the logical connection of this, I have a relationship between this and this, and okay, I have everything I need. Okay. Here, what I can do. Let's create a button here. And go to related records, And I want to go to the related records. Okay. I want to show, so I want get the related record from Canada, the relationship Canada. Okay. Now, this is where the trick happened. And it's not obvious, so I want you to be careful in this. I said I want the record from Canada, so I'm linked to Canada. I have the link. The link is here. It's physical here. I want this. Okay. But the layout I want to display. See, if I go the layout of the current file, I have no layout capable of showing that. Okay. Now, you have as soon as you select, see here, this is grayed out because the source is from the current file, the California. But that relationship here, that TOC points to Canada. That TOC is italic, remember? Because this is in the Canada file. Okay. So if I select this, this becomes available because actually it's an external Muslim file. So if I click this, and this is where the UI, FileMaker UI, is terrible here. When I click this, now I go to layout, and I have the layout in Canada. So now you understand the problem. Why they put this use external table layout after the selection of the layout? It doesn't make any sense. Because if you go there, if you follow the flow here, first you do this, then you do this, then you do that, and then you do that. that's the flow, right? It's broken because, layout here, that's none. No, you need to click this, then you can go there, and you have this now. You have you know what I mean? It's okay. Never mind. It's FileMaker. Right? So I want to show this. So I want to use that. I want the go-to record to show the results of the related record of from Canada, showing with the layout that is named Canada as well. I want that in a new window, which is a Cal style window, okay? And I want to show only the related records. So you know what happened here. So it's a little bit, there's a lot of things together here, but I want to show you, but tomorrow I'm going to come back a little bit there, okay? You show the related record from the Canada file. You use a layout that is in Canada over there, in a new window, which is a Cal style window, okay? And you only want the related records. So what this do, okay, it do this. So I have only the records from that guy. Let's say I'm creating a new one, a new person here, Haley, okay? And I create maybe 10 records, right?
Yep.
So the 10 records have been created. I can see them created here, okay? So now if I click here, I have the Haley's records. If I go there, I click here, I have the Nick records, right?
Okay.
So because you have now a relationship, okay, between California and Canada, you can just from California say, okay, show me the records from Canada in a Cal style window showing a layout that is on the other file, which is a little bit, that's why, I wanted to show you that differently at the beginning, because this is hard to get. I'm going to, so if you have any, I believe Nick will show tomorrow. So yeah, what is the question here? Do we have any question here, Lee, before we let it in?
Yeah, but I think this would definitely be better answered in tomorrow's, but I can still share the question. It's from Andre on YouTube. He was just saying, if you have a display container PDF from Canada, would you choose to display it as a portal single row or as a card style directly from Canada? But that's a follow-up to another question, which was, do you still use popovers or do you only use card style? And if you do use popovers, in which case would you choose one versus the other? So I think
those are great questions. Mm-hmm. So obviously the first question, look, you know what? Do the test. Oh, you know what? Look, I'm going to do the test tomorrow, and I'm going to test the first question, showing a portal with containers and PDF and whatever, right? And showing the same thing in a Cal style window, right? And you will see the difference. So the second question, tomorrow I'm going to show that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. I mean, that will be the topic tomorrow, is when use what. Because as I said earlier, when I say something, or when somebody tell you something, doesn't mean, oh, no more relationship, is gone, is done, is buried, relationship's dead, I don't want. No, I never say that. But in certain case, this is obviously better than the relationship. That's what I was saying, right? So I'm not saying do not use, or yesterday I was saying instead of using new window and try to hide the window outside, right? Mm-hmm. Which is not hidden, it's just outside, okay? Doing this is complicated, it's not great, you have the window on the other side, sometimes your workflow crashes and you have your workflow stops somewhere and or you stop the the script yourself with the debugger. The window is open on the other side, and you end up having window 1, window 2, window 3, window 4, right? Who didn't have this? Ask the question on YouTube and Twitch and Discord. We never had this problem when you open a new window doing a workflow and you click stop you stop the process on the debugger because you found a bug, and the window is still open, and you open, because you can see them. You cannot see, you see them only if you go to the window menu, and then you see all those windows open, right? How many of you have encountered that problem? So I'm not saying that you cannot use the new window, this technique, new window, and do no. I said instead of hiding it, show it in a car style and display information of what's going on, and then use that advantage, use that new technique as an advantage to display things to your user. Okay, instead of trying to hide and you have the spinning wheel or whatever, waiting thingy on window, right? For minutes, and yesterday I showed that if you go to the task manager on Windows or Mac or whatever, it says, oh, FileMaker is not responding, because when FileMaker is doing something like a loop and stuff like that, the system thinks that the FileMaker is not responding. So people think, okay, my FileMaker is crashed, and they force quit the thing. So that's great. So today I never said, and I never said that. We can rewind the tape. I never said do not use relationship. No. I'm saying hear what you can do without relationship. Okay. So now you can use that technique for whatever you want to do. Okay. You want to create a new records from on another table, on another file, instead of using this a relationship technique to create a record. Just have a script says, okay, set variable with the ID you want. New window, open the window, from the other file, in the table you want, create a new window, set field with this ID, and that you have the two. So it's I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show that tomorrow, and you will see that it gives you a lot of freedom that you didn't have before. Another question, yes, Kaz is showing the ticket turning fast and seatbelt sign. Okay. Yeah. So any other questions, Haley, before we land the plane without crushing it?
Nope, nothing else. No, thank you everyone for joining us today, and thank you, Nick. That was great. I even actually learned quite a bit since I'm not a developer myself. That was really informative for me.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And so see if you try yourself tonight. Tomorrow I'm going to show you the big thing. I'm going to show you in action what you can do with that, right? And then you will understand the importance of this. Okay. So stay tuned tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected, the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Trying to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap. Stands in, throws it left for Amendola. Reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10. Rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.